Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing great today. Now in today's video, we're going to start by talking about date function. But before we dive into this lesson, there's something you need to understand that is known as sysdate. Very simple. What is sysdate? Sysdate is a function that returns the current database server date. And how do you get to know that? If you type the query, select sysdate from dual. Remember, we made mention the fact that dual is a dummy table from the database server. So if we execute this query, you can see it gives us the current sysdate from the database server. Now, the reason why I started off with this is because we will be working more with the sysdate as we talk about date functions. Okay, so let's look at the query example on our screen. It says select sysdate plus 3 from dual. What are we simply saying to the database? Retrieve the sysdate and then add 3 days to the sysdate. So let's execute this query and see what the output looks like. So from our query result, we can see the sysdate and then 3 days has been added to the sysdate. That's this column here, sysdate plus 3. So we have 5th June 2022. So let's look at another example. If we look at the query example on our screen, it says select employee ID, sysdate, hire date. That's the date the employee was employed. Sysdate minus hire date. Round sysdate minus hire date from employees. Let's execute this query and try to analyze the results. So this is the employee ID, and then this is the sysdate. This is the date the employee was employed. And then this is sysdate minus hire date, which basically gives you how long the employee has been working for. And then here we're saying round sysdate minus hire date. That means we are simply rounding off this value. Okay? So this is what this example is all about. Now let's look at another example. Now if you look at the query on our screen, it says select employee ID, first name, months between, sysdate, hire date. Okay, so what this function does, it calculates the months between the system date, the current system date, and the hire date. That will actually give you the number of months each employee has actually worked for. Okay, so let's execute this query and see what the output looks like. So we can see the employee ID, employee Steven, okay, he has worked for 227 months. Employee Nina has worked for 200 months, in that order. Now this is made possible because of this function, months between. So the months between is acting between the sysdate and the hire date. Okay, so let's look at the final example for today. Let's look at the query on our screen. It says select employee ID, first name, hire date, add months, hire date, and then you have the value 4. Now what this query will do is very simple. It will retrieve the employee ID, the first name, the hire date, and then it will add 4 months to the hire date. Let's execute this query and see what the output looks like. So we have the employee ID, we have the first name. This is the hire date, 17th June 2003. Now, the add months column will add 4 months. So if you add 4 months to June, what you have is 17th October 2003. The same thing for the next employee, Nina, in that order. So guys, this is how you use your date function. I hope this lesson was valuable to you. If it was, kindly like it and share it widely. And do not forget to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon so you don't miss out whenever I upload another valuable content. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.